Workers with jackhammer drills versus corporate mercenaries with drones on Mars. That's Mars Tactics, and before we go any further, the first thing you need to know is that it's not coming when it was supposed to. The developer posted on Steam in April that the May Early Access release has been delayed to later in 2026. No confirmed new date yet. So this is less of a before you buy right now, and more of a before you wish list and keep your eye on it, because this game deserves your attention. I'll be straight with you. Turn-based tactical games are not where I instinctively gravitate. I don't wake up thinking about action points and cover percentages. Give me a first-person experience or an open world, and I'm immediately in. But every now and then, a strategy game comes along with a concept interesting enough that it cuts through that bias completely, and Mars Tactics is one of those. It's been on my radar for a while, and even after the delay, it's staying there, because what Takibi Games is building here is genuinely ambitious for what appears to be largely a solo development effort. The Red Planet is at war. You lead either Capital's corporate army or Labour's worker revolutionaries across a vast strategic map, then drop directly into turn-based tactical battles featuring artillery, vehicles, and fully destructible environments. Two completely distinct factions with fundamentally different identities. The Labour revolutionaries can manufacture their own weapons on Mars and have higher morale, but their forces are smaller. Capital has money, mercenaries and resources, but relies on those advantages rather than conviction. That asymmetry creates two genuinely different campaigns and two different ways of thinking about every strategic decision. The game has a two-front design, a broad strategic layer where you move forces across the planet and manage logistics, and then tactical battles where squads clash in tight destructible spaces. The combination of XCOM-style tactical depth with a real-time planetary strategy layer on top is the thing that makes this stand out in an already crowded tactics genre. And PC Gamer called the strategic campaign management layer a fun twist that had them genuinely excited. The tactical layer has some genuinely interesting mechanical choices. Stress is used to manage RNG rather than raw probability swings. There are advanced suppression mechanics, and soldiers grow and develop abilities, personalities, and even relationships based specifically on what happens to them in battle. That last detail is the kind of thing that turns a tactics game from a puzzle into a story. When a soldier you've had since the beginning of the campaign develops a specific personality trait from surviving a particularly brutal fight, you care about them in a way that changes every subsequent decision you make. On top of that, there's a gunsmith mode for custom weapon tweaking, airstrike deployment, and yes, a jackhammer drill as a legitimate problem-solving tool. That detail alone tells you there's a sense of personality and creativity in the design that pure, hardcore strategy games often completely lack. Now, the important part. The developer posted on Steam explaining the delay honestly. He said almost all of 2026 has been about polish, balance, and bug fixes, and he genuinely believed 4 months would be enough. He was wrong. He quoted the famous saying that the last 20% takes 80% of the time, and said he needed more time specifically so that the friction doesn't get in the way of the underlying game, which he's happy with. That's a refreshingly honest statement from a developer, especially one working largely alone under a publisher. He also mentioned that a public playtest will resume once a few more issues are resolved, which will help him pin down the new window. So the game is close. It's a polish and balance question, not a fundamental redesign. Hooded Horse is the publisher, which matters. They're the company behind Manor Lords, Against the Storm, and other strong indie strategy titles. They know how to support this kind of game, and they clearly believe in what Takibi is building. That backing is a reassuring sign for anyone worried about what happens to a solo developer in a tough spot post-delay. No new release date confirmed yet. PC via Steam, GOG, and Epic Games Store when it arrives. Keep it wishlisted. Follow the Steam page for updates on the public
playtest, and the footage coming up will show you exactly what this looks like when it's all clicking together. If you want more honest breakdowns like this before spending your money on a game, subscribing actually means something here. Straight talk, no hype, just whether something is worth your time.